here's Melanie Taylor, Senior Class Vice President, with the opening remarks.
Welcome to this very unique ceremony. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Thank you, Mel. Welcome, parents, grandparents, friends, visitors, staff, and seniors. Welcome to our most unusual and most likely most unsatisfying version of our annual commencement ceremonies for Hauser Junior Senior High School. We are pleased that you can join us virtually, and we truly wish this was not the case. Usually, before the graduates line up for the processional, I gather them together, give them a few words of advice, tell them that they'll always be welcome to come back, tell them a little story about Chicago Bears head coach Lovie Smith. We'll have to put that off until it's safe for us to gather again. And seniors, don't forget to ask me about that Lovie Smith story next time we meet. Then, in this part of the ceremony, I'll say something about all the obstacles that they've overcome, how they've excelled when challenged, persisted, and endured through difficulties. And clearly, we have never seen difficulties like we have seen this year before. Still, through their combined efforts, they've successfully reached this point where they are ready to become graduates of Hauser Junior Senior High School. This isn't how any of us would have preferred to celebrate. However, we were scheduled to graduate on May 29th, and this is our best effort to do so on that day. Again, I would like to remind you that we will plan a gathering for the class of 2020 to get together whenever it is safe and appropriate to do so. I also want to recognize that we have not reached any of these achievements that we are celebrating today without the assistance and the generosity of the entire populace of Flat Rock and Haw Creek townships. Thank you all for helping to get us to this point. Normally, at this point, I would ask you to silence your cell phones as to not disrupt the ceremony, but obviously this year, you're going to all be on your own for that. Next up on our program this evening, I would like to introduce Ms. Carly Archer for the salutatory address.
It's a pleasure to welcome everyone virtually to the class of 2020's graduation. Each and every one of you has had an incredible impact on our class, and I can't thank you enough. To begin, 4 years ago, as a small 8th grader and an anxious freshman-to-be, I had an image of what my high school career would look like. I would be popular, get the best grades, develop into the most attractive teenager the world had ever seen, and I would be living the perfect life. It's high school, the best years of your life, right? I was so excited to try new things, take risks, talk to new people, and really just throw myself out there. Flash forward to 2020, and everyone who knows me now understands that most of these statements turned out not to work out so well for me. Is it a bad thing that I became more reserved, failed to take that many risks, and I'm not the most popular person in school? No, not at all. Over the past 4 years, we've been able to truly discover who we are. Growing up next to each other has given us a chance to find out things about ourselves that we never knew before. It's helped us determine who we want to be and what characteristics we want to possess, because these are the years where true self-improvement and discovery begin. There is not a single one of you who is exactly alike, which is something incredibly valuable. We have developed individuality and charisma over the past few years, so give yourself a pat on the back for pushing through that AP course, that dreadful PE class, or difficult math test. These events shaped us into who we are, as small as they may seem. Mrs. Tom, one of the most influential and kind-hearted teachers that I've ever had, has set the phrase quality over quantity in my head. We are probably the smallest class to pass through Hauser in a while, considering we only have a whopping 53 students. Sure, this phrase is applicable to assignments, projects, and presentations. We've all heard it before, but it's extremely relevant when speaking of this graduating class. I've learned to value small numbers. We may not seem like much, just some picks from a small school, but we are so much more than that. By having a small class and faculty in comparison to other high schools, we've been able to create and build relationships that other students may not ever experience. I've gotten to know so many of you, and I will forever be thankful for that. I think myself, along with many of you, took for granted the time we had in this place. I thought I would be ready to leave the seemingly unending routine of walking from class to class, waiting for the bell to ring so that I could go home. Dare I say it, I've missed school during the madness these past few months. I've missed my peers, teachers, lunchtime chats in the art room, hilarious conversations in psychology, donuts in Fuji's room, Mrs. Sievert's sassy storytelling, and so much more. I think I've finally come to the realization that this is it. This is what I'm going to miss, and we didn't even really get the chance to take it in one last time. Class of 2020, we have been dragged through some pretty awful things, both as individuals and class as a whole. We lost personal pan pizzas on Tuesdays, we saw some amazing teachers leave, had rainy field days, got lockers that barely functioned, etc. But we've experienced so many wonderful things as well. We built strength, survived 4 long years of high school, conquered seemingly unending obstacles, and most importantly, we started to find ourselves in the process. Personally, I'm still trying to figure out who I am. I don't know what I want to major in, I barely can decide what college I want to attend, and I still get confused when thinking about who I want to be. It's a difficult thing trying to determine your passions and decide what you want to do for the rest of your life. It's terrifying, and I know a lot of you have gone through similar struggles this past school year. My motto, it's okay. 2 words that are small, but extremely powerful. It's okay if you don't know what you want to do. It's okay if you're taking a gap year, and it's okay if you're not going to your dream college. Things change as we move through life and try to figure out everything. It is so incredibly complicated. We get curveballs thrown at us, and honestly, it is going to continue for the rest of our lives. But you know what? That's okay. I think high school has given us a taste of hardships and changes. We know what to expect, class of 2020, so don't fear the future and what it holds for you. Approach it head-on with strength and power, because each and every one of you has the ability to succeed and utilize what we've learned during our years here. We are already incredible human beings, so I can't wait to see how we improve ourselves even more as we move into the next chapters of our lives. When taking these huge steps forward, I think we can all agree that to an extent, leaving here is really sad. A lot of us may not get to see some of the best friends that we've made here. We won't get to sit in our favorite class, and we really just won't get to go back. I understand that it's a lot to process, and for me personally, I've struggled to grasp that high school is coming to an end, especially in these final months. There's a quote that says, graduation is not the end, it's the beginning. I know that was short, very anticlimactic, but I've never heard something so true and inspiring, especially for a time like this. High school has brought us so many incredible friendships and opportunities, so there is no need to live in the past, regret chances you didn't take, or be angry at yourself for moments you didn't appreciate. This is the beginning of the rest of our lives, so take that and hold on to it. I read a book recently that considers positive moments like the ones we've experienced here at Hauser, nows. Nows are in the present. For you, that marvelous now could be the college you finally committed to, that job you decided to take, the internship you finally got, that scholarship that changed your life. We all have nows that are in the past here in this school, but don't let that stop you from running towards new ones in the future. We need as many nows as we can get, so take advantage of every moment that you have. Now go and make interesting mistakes, make amazing mistakes, make glorious and fantastic mistakes. Break rules, leave the world more interesting for you being here. And I'd also like to pray for us. Dear Lord, thank you for blessing me with this amazing class. We have come so far, and I would not have wanted to experience so much growth with any other individuals. Please help us and guide us as we navigate these next chapters of our lives. I know we will go through some hard times and some happy times, but let us use these moments to our advantage. I know you have a plan for all of us. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Thank you.
Thank you. At this point, I usually introduce some special guests. I'm sure they're all watching out there somewhere, so thanks to Superintendent Sean Price, the members of the Hope and Hauser faculty, Many thanks to the Flat Rock Paw Creek School Board of Trustees for their work during the school year and the role that they all play in providing us with programs so that our students can complete their mission of high school graduation. We truly appreciate all of your efforts and the role that you all play in preparing our students for this moment, and we are pleased to have you all with us virtually for our ceremony this evening. And now I would like to introduce Mr. Samuel Johnson for the valedictory address.
Hauser class of 2020, welcome to graduation. I'd like to thank Dr. Winton and the rest of the administration for putting together a ceremony that still feels significant in a time where nothing is really certain. I'm very thankful I had the opportunity to speak in front of the whole community and fulfill a lifelong dream. I've spent a while preparing this speech, and now that I'm finally on stage to give it, I must say it's weird how similar it is to how I practiced it, in front of an iPad in a bathrobe. Regardless, it is still an honor to graduate and a wonderful moment to walk this stage. As I think about it, I can't help but to gush to all the underclassmen about how awesome this is. Your graduation will probably be something a little more traditional, but this is still a magical moment for all of us. It was worth the wait. Seniors can tell you that it wasn't easy. There will be moments of isolation, tedium, and exhaustion. You'll have to make some tough choices to keep yourself on track, and sometimes you'll have to give up what's easy and fun to achieve this, something greater and more fulfilling. I know this firsthand. I personally had to sacrifice to reach my goal of speaking here today. My biggest sacrifice was quitting basketball. For years on end, basketball season was my favorite part of the school year. I loved my teammates, I loved the competition, and I loved to win. For most of high school, I could balance my love of basketball with my personal goals, but things changed for me last year. I took on a huge workload junior year, and as a result, I would often find myself bringing homework to my basketball games and still having hours of assignments left before bed. By the end of the season, I was exhausted, and my grades were slipping. I found the strength to tell the coach that summer that as much as I loved the sport, basketball was standing in the way of my aspirations. I had to give up something that brought me excitement and happiness to achieve my goal, but today that sacrifice was finally worth it. All of us seniors have learned that you need to make sacrifices to reach your goals, or else we wouldn't be walking across the stage sometime this week. Each of us has our own story of sacrifice and determination that got us into the gym this week. Through it all, we did it. We're here. It can be so easy now to be satisfied with what we've achieved. It can be so easy to say, hey, I graduated, the tough part's over, I can relax now. It can be so easy to be okay with staying where we are. It's the harder choice to see that graduation is simply an opportunity to set new goals. It's harder to see that it is our responsibility to go out and achieve something more. But that's exactly what we must do. Why? Because it is the achievements of our lives that make all those sacrifices worth it. If we do not go out and achieve, then why do we bother to sacrifice at all? Our growth and pursuit of our purpose validates all the tough choices we've made to get there. Not just our own forfeitures, but all the sacrifices that our teachers, parents, friends, and community members have made for us too. Your parents did not forfeit thousands of hours on end, and teachers did not sacrifice their energy, effort, and free time for you to just graduate high school. They sacrificed because they see something in each of us. They sacrificed because they know what we can bring into the world. They need us to pursue our passions and change lives with our work. That alone will make their efforts worthwhile. And it's not just our parents and teachers. The world needs us too. The world needs a lot of that right now. Medical personnel, policymakers, and essential workers, heroes of coronavirus, are risking their health and sacrificing their well-being to keep this country running. They are sacrificing for all of you. But the world is not working so tirelessly to give you a future so that you can just exist. They are saving the future because the future is going to be a magnificent and fruitful place, if only we take initiative and responsibility to build one. Take what they've given you and achieve. Do not let their sacrifices be wasted. Do not let your sacrifices be wasted. Make a lifetime of sacrifices worth it for every single one of you. To be able to say in your last days that you enjoyed life, lived it to the fullest, and set out every day in pursuit of your purpose is truly a gift. So make your life better. Make the lives of those you love better. Make your community and your world better. You owe it to yourself. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you. I'd like to note that a PDF of the program for the graduation ceremony has been emailed to all of the seniors and their families. Please note on the program that listed below the graduates' names are designations of Student in the Top 10, Technical Honors Diploma, Academic Honors Diploma, and National Honor Society. Additionally, we want to recognize this group that to date has earned over $816,000 in scholarships and grant monies for over the next 4 years to further their education. We are now ready to move into the presentation of diplomas. Superintendent Price, I certify to you that these students have satisfied the requirements of the state of Indiana and the Flat Rock Hawk Creek School Corporation to become Hauser Junior Senior High School graduates. Mr. Price.
Thank you, Dr. Winton, and good evening. As established by the state of Indiana and on behalf of the School Board of Trustees for the Flat Rock Hawk Creek School Corporation, I hereby accept the certification and awarding of the diplomas to the Hauser High School class of 2020. At this time, I invite Hauser Dean of Students, Miss Madden, to the podium.
Carly Ann Archer. Madeline Ruth Archer. Ryan Cass Arthur. Zoe Marie Artis.
Hey, Zoe!
Shelby Ann Marie Banda. Holly Madison Bates. John David Bragg. Mary Sue Branham. Logan Michelle Carnahan. Cameron James Owen DeBoard. Parker Langford Eichbush. Shelby Leanne Fugate. Aileen Garcia Sims.
Woohoo!
Dylan Thomas Scarwood. Brianna Suzanne Hadley. Luke Joseph Parker. Melanie Joy Hassler. Ethan Frederick Henderson. Elijah James Thomas Heslop. Macy Catherine Hill. Trey Douglas Johnson. Leah Danielle Joyce. Chloe Lynn Kennedy. Macy Lynn Kimball. Natasha Marie Knight. Shakira Ariel Lewis. Kylie Rochelle Locke. Madison Michelle London. Ethan Ezekiel Bowden. Noah Charles Meade.
Woohoo!
Duran Jalen Meyer Jr. Keegan Ernest Wayne Miller. Pedro Damian Munoz. Karina Elizabeth Nintrup. Nicole Donna Paisel. Jackson Ray Paradise.
Oh yeah. Do a cartwheel.
Kayla J. Pop. Jaden Dante Rivera.
Go, Jaden.
That's my boy.
Allison Ann Shake. Evan Matthew Shake. Gage Michael Allen Shaw. Jack Sawyer Cyber.
Derek Joseph Sinetsky.
Katie Lynn Taylor. Melanie Audrey Taylor. Ethan Scott Wallace. Joshua Caleb Watson. Christian Skylar Kevin Woods. Olivia Paige Wright.
We often like to recognize the graduation ceremony as a major milestone in our students' lives. The reality, seniors, is that this is just a stepping stone on the pathway of your life. It's what you do after you leave here that matters. How you take on the challenges in your life and how you convert them into successes will be the true expression of any legacy that you achieve. We are honored to have had the opportunity to help you along the path. And now I would like to introduce Senior Class President Elijah Heslop to present some closing remarks and the tassel ceremony.
Although we can't be together in the same room, we are together in spirit. Thank you guys for being the class of 2020, a family for 13 years. We've seen lots of transitions, new buildings, new faces, but overall, through everything we've gone through, we have still stuck together. Although we're departing and going different routes, we know where we started and where our roots began. So now, we graduate together.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Hauser Junior Senior High School graduates of 2020.
Woo, woo, woo.